There it is. It's all working. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to video games. Or BuddyGames in this case. How have you all been? I hope you've been doing well this week. It's one day, in specifically 4 hours, we are removed from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hope you're all excited for that. I have done a little thing for you all as well. There was some commentary about the volume of the music. So the music is now a little bit lower. Not only that, but the audio has a filter over it. But long story short, you don't really have to worry too much about it anymore. So hopefully that will work. Yeah, I've got a little key art over here of us on BuddyGames. Look, we have no limbs, as you can see. But yeah, it's just putting this one up for now. We have a couple of people in the chat as well that I want to say hello to very quickly. We have got Crazy Murdoch, Bandit7512, Mr. James Ether, Cotting Womble, The Piggy is here as well, Frank RTW, Zarek002, Infospheres, Westy is here as well, saying, I'm scared, I thought I was going to be an art and then got a notification to bring swimming shorts. Yeah, I know, I forgot to change the title last minute, so, but it's changed now, so anybody that comes in now, hopefully, you will not be misled. If you were here for Like a Dragon, I understand if you want to leave now, but, yeah, we're doing an art stream today. We've got Archduke as well. We've got Edwards in the chat. Hello, Edward. Hope you're doing well. Spoonie is here as well. We have got Low Mode, Crash Bandicoot 1. We've got Bovinoid, Miss Donny. Oh, there's so many buddies already here. We got Residente here as well. Welcome on in. Kirby Rawstorn is here as well. Hope you've been enjoying Like a Dragon as much as we have. Professor Juice is in the chat as well as Liam Coolgout. Where are you guys? Why am I doing this stream? Anyways, we've got who else do we have in the chat? We got Ali here as well saying hello, Nico. And BST memes Hop Italian. I quickly scrolled down just in case people weren't like, you're muted or something. Edward says the audio is fine on my side. Wonderful. Thank you so much. But yes, what we're going to do today, we're going to do another art stream for you all. Now, granted, there's a lot of stuff that we can be drawing today. We can do some anniversary posts. We can do some emotes. We can do some full key art as well. Oh, by the way, Megan, as well, if you look in the lower left corner, if you are curious about a song, then it should be showing up over there as well. If we're going to do more art streams, I will probably make it so that the bot can tell you what song it is as well. But yeah. So we can do loads of things today. So first thing, we got Miss Donny. Thanks so much for the bits. I don't really have a Book of Eternity. Liam, are you capable of writing a Book of Eternity? Oh wait, I could probably just give it to Rosie. Hold up. Rosie, could you make a note somewhere on a document about what everyone fills in so we can upload that later? Is that possible? You can let me know in the chat if that's possible. But yes, we've got lots of stuff that we can be doing. So I'll quickly show you some of it. Let me just make sure that I'm not putting anything sensitive on screen because I do have secret projects that I'm working on. Yes, that's all good. One sec, chat. Almost there. I just want to grab some emotes as well very quickly. Oh my, very secret. Yeah. Don't want to get in trouble for it. Wonderful. Rosie's making a note of everyone's bit subs and whatsoever. Rosie says hang on instantly after that. So it's already not really going well. Right. I got these ready. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. I'm ready to go. So there's a couple of things that we can do. Don't mind the workflow stuff over here. But yeah. What is it? So what we could be doing is we could be updating some emotes. So what I've been doing is if we grab, let's say, where is Liam doing a thumbs up? Yeah, here it is. So this was the old Liam that we had as a thumbs up over here. And then what I did is we've updated it to this one. It's a little bit fancier now. So we're going to be doing that where we'll be updating some emotes for the Discord and whatsoever. We could also be doing, which I'm actually really in the mood for. I don't know if you guys are. Do an anniversary sketch. This one over here is going up tomorrow for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'll show you guys the entire process of that one, how we make that one. It's a lot of fun to illustrate these little things. And they're very quick to make as well. So we can probably score one out very quickly. We could be doing some full key art as well, like this one over here. This is a lot of work. We'll probably take the entire stream, but this one, for instance, that I did was for, as you all know, like the famous IGN hype meme. I wanted to have our own version of that with the buddies. So I drew that one, but we also need like the other panel for it as well, so the other buddies can use it. Because what we're doing now in the Discord, we're trying to create as many like imageries that people can use for whatever they feel like. And yeah, we just want to kind of keep building on top of that as well. Yeah, oh, it's funny as well. We're listening to an Apescape song now, right, chat? So we streamed an art stream for more than 5 hours last time. And I was wondering, because we had one content claim on our VODs and what that was, and it turned out that it was an Apescape song, and the Apescape song had a was actually a licensed not a license, it was a public domain track from like a Mars track from like from a singer or something in the 1950s, and I was like, oh no way, and I had to instantly share that with the instantly share that with the Apescape community, be like, oh my god, guys, did you guys know this is from like a famous song? Because granted, I don't think most Apescape fans are up to date with their 1950s pop culture music. So yeah, that was a thing. Bovanoid says, I love how Nico is punching Liam for killing Musty. Yes! I don't think Rosie was meant to know that, but that did happen indeed on Liam's stream, which, by the way, I'll give a quick shout out as well. So Liam also does his own streams. If you haven't checked it out, Liam streams every Monday. He's just finished Red Dead Redemption 2. He also played Cyberpunk to completion as well. And he loves to play loads of big open world games, big blockbuster games. And his next game he's going to be doing is Detroit Become Human. But the catch is that the chat is going to decide the fate of all the characters. So if you want to be part of that experience, then please join Liam on that one. Liam is going to play an in-between game first. Liam, what was that game called again? It was a point-and-click game in a very mid-90s point-and-click style / Wes Anderson movie. Looks super cool. It's Harold's Halibut is what it's called. Wonderful. Yeah, honestly, guys, check that game out. It's really cool. So yeah, we could be doing loads of stuff like that. I think, in all honesty, I'm going to start doing one of these. I'm really in the mood to draw something like this. So we can take two angles with this. We can either do something that comes out quite soon. So we can do that. Like, we know we've got, like, Dragon's Dogma coming out. We've got Eludian Chronicles coming out. But we also have, for instance, anniversaries coming up. Like what we've done with this one. We've got a Pepsi Man coming up. Yeah! So look forward to that one. And we've got, like, one to celebrate Resident Evil 4 Remake when that game came out last year. So there's lots of stuff like that we can do as well. So if you have, like, a particular game in mind that you would like us to, you know, draw on social media, then let us know. Let's see. Yeah, so we could be doing something like that. And I think my first reference will probably be, let's see what games came out in the 1990s. Medieval, says Archduke. I thought Medieval was a game that came out in, like, September-ish or something. Because obviously we do want to use it. We don't want to wait till September to use it. Let's just Google that quickly. Games that came out in March. Now I'm worried that it's going to just be like... sorry, Rosie wants to talk to me.
Sorry, everything's still listed as Like a Dragon Infinite World.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose. Rosie pointed out that we've been deceiving Twitch.tuvalu users. There we go. That's better. Kevin Scully as well says, good evening, Nico, and chat. The category is indeed still Infinite Well. Thank you so much for pointing that out, Kevin. So yes, we're just going to quickly look at and see what came out in 2016. I also want to quickly mention that my monitor is buggered up right now, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to find a particular game. I see that Nier Automata came out in March, I think in 2017. And I think Breath of the Wild didn't it as well, chat? Breath of the Wild. I think that was also 2017. Yes, let's do a Breath of the Wild one. That would be fun. I think I would like to draw that. So, yes. Let's go with that. So, there's a couple of things about that first that we need to make sure of. Is we need this color profile here. Now, there's many ways how you can do this. I've been working with Illustrator for for more than a decade, so I kind of just do things how I like doing them. Right, let me just change this quickly around. There. There we go. So first, we're going to find a picture of Link from Breath of the Wild. I think this one will be a good one. Just so that we have the reference. There. Ta-da. What else do we need? You might want to have another few references just so that we have a good idea of what Link looks like. Let's grab this one. And I will grab this one. There we go. That should do it. Chuckle reason Nico is younger than me. I feel insulted now, Lee. Dare I ask? But yeah, I am 31. If people are wondering, so I'm getting there now. I'm starting to get to that point where you go from getting young to feeling old. So yeah, that's a thing. There we go. Right, we set the stage. Now let's grab some references of our team as well. I think this one will actually work well. Just so that we have them. Yeah, Liam is becoming 35 in a few days. Rosie's birthday is coming up as well. It's going to be her birthday very, very soon. Right, let's see. How do I do this? Making sure the settings are okay. Yeah. That's all good. Righty. Now I just need to make sure that I'm actually comfortable in my seat. One sec. Host the girl next door. Let me just put this one here. Now I want the chat over here. Gosh, this is going really well. Hold up. There we go. Now I can see the chat as well. Alrighty. There. Sorry, I'm fighting with my mic arm a little bit until that's all properly set. There. I hope that people can still hear me properly without flopping and failing. Let's just remove this one because I also want to see Link. Right. What do I do with this? There. I think I want to go for this pose over here. This one. Because that's the one I think of when I think of Breath of the Wild. So I'll probably just try to replicate this one. First, we want to have Liam's head there. Liam, you're going to be Link today. There. Linkum. That's bovinoid. God, it's been such a hectic day for me, buddies. I had to start off. I've had a really hectic day at work. Then, last minute we had an electrician coming in to fix everything, so we had to prepare for that one. And I had to reinstall the entire juice lab to make that work. So everything is a bit clunky today because of it, but hopefully over time everything will be a little bit better. Yeah, and like I said, so I have actually buggered up my my monitor over here. It's my graphic design monitor. It basically, when I was moving things about, it sadly fell off the desk, and because of that, there's now dead pixels on it, which caused the entire screen to mess up. It still turns on. I can see some of it, but it's on its last leg. It's going to die eventually, so that needs replacing. But the only thing about it is that it's quite an expensive monitor, so I will have to put a lot of money towards that. So what I'll be doing soon is I will be opening commissions for this. I will open commissions for BuddyGames avatars, which I'll be doing, but I will also be doing logos and stuff as well to make some of that money back. So please look forward to that one when those will open up. And if you are interested in having anything like BuddyGames related on your avatar or whatsoever, yeah, I'll let you know when that goes up, because I'll definitely inform the Discord about that first before I open up commissions on video game on logos and stuff. We got INJ in the chat. Hello, INJ. Welcome on in. We're doing an art stream today, as things got a little bit hectic on our end. So, Mass Effect will come back. Trust me on that one. Right, let's start. Oh, now this is wrong. So we're doing another one of these streams. Right, here we go. Yeah, let's do this one. So the trick with this art style is to ensure that there's no line that really touches another line. So what we tend to do with this is I make a couple of exceptions on some of them. Like, I make an exception for the eyebrows. That tends to not really look too nice if they don't touch. And then you just kind of keep building on top of it until it seems about right. So yeah, now we're going to do the overall pose as well. I see that Link's got a bit of a... this going on, I think? I'm going to have to draw boxes first. Give me a sec. Just so that I have the pose right. So he's got like that. The thing with Illustrator as well, it's a very like trial and error software for me, because it's not really like a traditional way of drawing, so to speak. So I'm just gonna do Mokujin style with everything. This is also probably a good disclaimer to say that I am not a trained artist. I'm self-taught to the bone. This is all I can really do. So, I would love to have actual training in illustration, as well as, like, learning anatomy better and stuff. The only problem with that is that it requires a lot of time that I don't have right now, I'm afraid. But once BuddyGames keeps getting bigger and it grows and it becomes something more exciting, then I would love for that to be the case. Oh my goodness, Chocobo! Chocobo, that's a lot of money. Hold up a sec. Let me just quickly open Streamlabs for that one. Because I guarantee you that there must be a message with that one. One sec. This is what happens. Like, my monitor is now so kaput and nothing works anymore the way I was meant to. One sec. We got a donation. We got 50 euros from Chocobo saying a little help for the smashed monitor. Thank you so much, Chocobo. I will pester Liam to hell and back to give me that money, because it will go towards Liam's account, but I'm sure that Liam is generous enough to give me the money that I deserve, just like how Rosie will give me the money that I deserve for the kettle. So this will be in good hands. But thank you so much, Chocobo, for that one. Right, I just need to go back to Breath of the Wild for now. In case you guys are wondering, by the way, Chocobo is our lovely moderator as well. Chocobo has been around for quite some time. I wouldn't blame Chocobo if Chocobo wouldn't be here at some point, because Rebirth is coming out. Hope you guys are mega excited for that one. So Link's got a bow that's about like this big. Starts here and kind of ends there. So let's draw that. Okay, it's a bit different shape. It's more like that. There we go. Let me just read the chat quickly again. I need to create a better setup for this stuff in the future. Rebirth hype is real, Chocobo. Nico, would you just like a donation for the kettle, says Mr. James Ether? Yeah, Liam says, I'm off to buy a new kettle with it, yeah. Can't you just put water in the air fryer, Liam? Just air fry your water till it warms up. So, now I will say this is quite an intense drawing comparatively to the ones I normally would do. So this one will probably take a little bit longer, but the idea when we make these illustrations on BuddyGames is to kind of make them as quick as possible, because this is very good stuff for promotion on social media. So what we want to do is we want to try to create as many fun and exciting ones for you guys, as well as, obviously, we don't want to force it. We don't want to make it feel like something that you don't want to see. So it's also very important that it looks good. So you have to kind of balance that out. So for BuddyGames, that's what we put a lot of emphasis on with this. There we go. So like I said, the overlap thing, that is obviously not going to be good, but this is just for me to sketch it out, so just so I have an idea of, okay, this is where everything is, and I like it or not. I need to grab a reference of how to shoot an arrow from a bow. Because I have no clue what Link really does with his fingers over there. Miss Donnie, thank you so much for the bits. Right. So I think Link does it almost backwards or something. Yeah. From the looks of it. If there's any archers in the chat, if you know what kind of way that shooting that is, I found another reference, but it's like an illustration, so I don't really fully trust it. Oh, it's a shooting form. There we go. Like, I see this over here. Found this. So that's what he's doing with his hand. So, if I'm not mistaken, I'm just going to draw over it so I can see what's going on. Oh, excuse me. So this is his thumb or something? These are the fingers that he uses to cling on to the arrow. I have no clue what this is, I'll be honest. That might actually be the thumb. So I'm just trying to make sense of this drawing, but I'm struggling a little bit with that one. Yeah, he's doing an upside down aim with it, like with this one over here. Oh goodness, what is going on with his fingers over here? I'm so confused. Alright, let me just remove these lines. How am I meant to look at this? I'm gonna see if I can find a higher res version of this art. So it's quite painted from the looks of it, so that's not necessarily going to help me a lot. Okay, I see it. Oh, I see the problem. Look, this is 2 fingers, and this is 2 fingers, and this is the thumb, somehow. I see it now. Okay, yeah, I see it. So this is the wrist. This is how the thumb works. Then he's got his fingers that go this way. They go around. And then they pinch on like that. And then these ones, they kind of like roll up. Yeah, okay, okay. I see how it works now. I see how it works now. Probably won't even need that much intel anyways, because it's probably just going to be... what is it? A simple fist anyways. Let's just draw it like this big so we know we've got the right size. Do. There we go. Oh my goodness, Banana herself has given me £20. Let's have a look. Banana says, hello, I'd like to buy some Dreamies, please. Thanks. Says Banana. Thank you so much, Banana. What a wonderful... Gonna get some banana emotes in the chat. Gosh. You know what? Shall I... Liam and Roshi, shall I show that drawing that I made the other day? The one with of the 3 boys. Now that we've got this in, we might as well show it, right? How do you guys feel about that? Or you're like, shush, shush, not yet. I see the buddies are going to be quiet, so I think I'm just going to move on. It's up to you, says Rosie. It's your work. Right, so I'll show it over here. Kevin, we also actually have a thingy that we have made. I'm gonna put the peeking thing on for now. I'm gonna show you. This was gonna be a surprise for down the line, but now that you've been so generous, I might as well show it. We have actually drawn Almost there. Here it comes. Ta-da! We actually drew you, Kevin, over here as a profile picture. Hope you like it. We made this one way in advance because we discussed it before. Kevin is going to be on BuddyGames eventually, so we had to make this one in advance. One thing I'm really proud of with this drawing is the fact that obviously Kevin, he loves his skulls, and if you're gonna draw Kevin, you gotta add a skull in there somewhere. So if you look at the shape of his head, which obviously, you know, will make a lot of sense because it is a skull in there, but look, the silhouette shows a skull. His shading makes it look like there's a bit of a skull here, and his nose, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but has like 2 bumps in it, which kind of makes it look like... Oh, excuse me. Press the wrong buttons. Make it look like this. And if you grab it all... Whoa, look at that. Look at that, chat. It's a skull. So yeah, I made sure that that is hidden inside the design as well. So yeah, Kevin, I'll send this one your way. As a little thank you for your generous donation. Because yeah, those graphic design monitors, they're not cheap. I will try to do my best and we'll work for it, because obviously, you know, you guys are extremely generous, but I don't want to rely on that necessarily. So I'll give you guys a service for it in return if you guys want any drawings, but I'll have to make sure that I've got everything set up for it first before I even bring it up. So if you're thinking of having an illustration like this of yourself in the style of BuddyGames, please look forward to that next week, because yeah, I'll be setting up commissions for that one. But yeah, that's Kevin, everyone. And if you guys are wondering, we actually have all 3 of them. We got what is it? We've got Richie over here, if Richie's in the chat. We've got Kevin over here, and we've got Kirby over here as well. If Kirby, if you're in the chat, there you go. That's you. We've given you like a nice purple baseball shirt. Yeah, that is Kirby, Megan. It is. So we've updated Kirby's design a little bit as well for that one. It's beautiful, says Kirby. Thank you, Kirby. So yeah, all stuff that we may or may not have lined up for you guys in the future. How is Banana doing, Kevin? Oh, we might as well, for those who do not know. Buddies! We've shouted Kevin out a few times. However, this is your final call, because I believe Kevin is 9 followers? 8 followers? So around that number. He's not far removed from hitting 200 followers. So if you wish to support Kevin, please consider following him over there. 9 is what he says. That's a very small number. So if you haven't followed Kevin yet, please consider doing so, because it will make his day, and it will make Banana's day in return as well. Those sleeps and dreamies will not happen by themselves. Banana does need your support for those as well. Right, okay. Liam, you asked me a question privately. It's the second answer I'd prefer, please. This is your opportunity to make fun of me of whatever that was. Whatever that question was. Right, there we go. There is an arrow, obviously. How are we going to draw that? Liam says, thank you, Kevin. Now I can afford 2 kettles. I'm going to be honest, chat. Just curious, right? Because I have yet to actually properly play Breath of the Wild. But do you guys know what this thing exactly is? It looks like some kind of spiritual arrow. It looks quite cool, actually. So we want to draw that as well. made that pull? Okay, so the arm is a bit higher. If I look at the drawing, there. And Link's gaze will probably be around here. So we want to make sure that that hits there. It's an ancient arrow, says Kevin Scully. Right, let's just do this. Right, I'm gonna have to look up what this ancient arrow looks like exactly. How's your guys' week been, by the way? My week has been extremely hectic. I had a power issue in the juice lab. It had to be fixed. It's now luckily fixed. I had to migrate things in and out very quickly because my setup is job dependent. And obviously, a lot of people had needed help as well, so I had to help them out a little bit. So it's just been so busy. I've made another thing as well. I might as well show this whilst I look up the arrow. I've made a creator deck for social media stuff. Now, this is something that's more for clients and stuff, but it is fun to show, so I will show it. Here we go. We made this the other day. A more finalized version will be live eventually. But when you try to inquire at clients for codes or opportunities and stuff, you need something like this. And we designed one quickly. So you're probably, if you have particular PR people that you follow around, you might see this image go around from us. But yeah, we've got like a little description over here. We've got our avatars. We've got the stats over here as well. So don't tell anybody, this is all secret. But yeah, and we've got obviously what games we've been playing and stuff over here as well. Really proud of this design. And obviously these numbers wouldn't be possible without you guys, you know. It's not like, you know, these numbers just, you know, appear because we exist. This is all your work, chat. But yeah, this is stuff that we have done over the last days. But yeah, this is a thing that I've been grinding away at behind the scenes, as well as making cool stuff for you guys. So there seems to be some kind of rope in front of it. If I had £1 for every time I pressed the Windows key by accident. Hobbit says, I'm homebound with a terrible flu, but at least I've finally been able to play Baldur's Gate more. See, I sadly don't have that. Like, lots of people, when they're ill, they're like, oh, that gives me time to, like, play video games and stuff. But frankly, when I'm ill, I just can't focus. Maybe it depends on what kind of illness you have, but when I'm ill, I'm out. All I want to do is just sleep. So, power to those who can play games, but I just can't. It's too much for me. There we go. I found an error over here. I've been drawing it on my monitor. I was like, you know what? I might as well just show it to the buddies. So, this might be a fan arrow, in all honesty, but it does get the point across, and that's kind of what we want. Right, there we go. So again, we're going to just draw it like quite roughly in the beginning, and then we'll just clean it up down the line. Like that? Something like that, I suppose. Right, this pattern is quite interesting as well. So if I had to simplify it, it would be like that. Okay. So it's like Got it. Something like that? Okay. Okay, got the perspective in my head now as well. I'm doing it step by step. There we go, my cheese sword. There we go. Let's make it a bit pointier. I completely forgot to draw Liam's hair. Liam, you have played Breath of the Wild, right? I have, says Liam. What did you think of it? So his crown is over here. It's a bit like behind the eye, so it should be more here, I'd say. So let's fix that. There. I think Liam's face is a bit off. There. Was Sengui in the chat, by the way? I think I just saw his face, but I think he messaged us privately and he said, hey, I'm not going to be here for a bit. I think I can share this much about Sengui, but Sengui messaged me privately and he said that he's been really enjoying his job lately. And he said he found his groove with his job. And he's just, like, so enjoying it. And there's nothing better. Like, as workaholics like me, there's nothing better than having a job that gives you perfect fulfillment. And, yeah, that must feel so good. Oh, Spoonie's leaving. Oh, no, 4:30 on Rebirth Day. Ah! I'm so sorry, Spoonie. Take it easy, and best of luck tomorrow with your job. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know, Georgia. I know. I really hope that one day, BuddyGames could be big enough that I can do this part-time or maybe even full-time. It is an ambition that I have. We'll have to wait and see if we ever get to that point. But with enough perseverance and we keep trying, we'll probably get there. Hopefully. Maybe. I'd like to think. We're just gonna have to keep grinding, keep trying. But we also need to enjoy it. That's also very important. I am really enjoying putting a lot of effort into all of this. So, it's not like I am doing this with lots of regrets. And I'm like, oh, there's so much work. Ah. There. I want to do this. Does anybody know this song? Link's arm is more like this. I am so excited for Rebirth. It's going to be so good. We've been feasting RPG fans this gear quarter. And to think we also have Elysian Chronicles coming out as well. Now, granted, I haven't fully played a Suikoden game before, but I've heard nothing but praise from people who have played them. So I am very excited to see what that entails. Right, chat, so this is looking good. I think we might want to make the body a bit smaller, because we tend to not go as full body as this. So, let's do that. What even is this line? Hold up. There, that's better. And then we want that. I got some messages from people last time we did an art stream. And they were like, wow, this stream went on for like forever. And then I heard some other people say like, wow, this is actually so relaxing. Or, oh man, when I did an art stream, it was pretty good as well. So yeah, if you're looking to do something quite relaxing, I can highly recommend checking out an art stream. It seems that the bow touches over there as well, so we might want to change that. Oh, there's going to be a lot of blocking in this, though. Hey, that looks already a lot better. Right, let's simplify the legs. Yeah, Link does have boots, so we do need to make sure that's a thing. So let's just put you guys on layer 1. Oh no! Yeah, we're doing quite an intense one now, but the point of these is like I said, they're very quick to make, because when you make these social media posts kind of come and go, so they're very much about like making a quick impression and then move on with that, but those impressions can definitely help to obviously grow your label, as well as, you know, helping out to create a name for yourself with particular IPs, brands, publishers, whatever. So that's a thing. But you want to make sure that that doesn't take up your entire day. So for us, it's very important to find that balance. And I was able to do some of these in like an hour time or something. Now, granted as well, I'm doing this live and chatting with you guys and under pressure and stuff. So it's a bit of that going on as well. But yeah, the point of them is that you do them quick. Like this. Liam's cute little boots. There we go. As far as I'm concerned, Liam, you didn't miss anything. Really happy right now. Oh, what's going on? Ms. Donnie says, and I don't say that as a student nurse, not in it for the money. Absolutely, yeah. Nurses deserve way more money than what they get. 100%. I've had some really good experiences with nurses, because there was one nurse that had to take blood samples from me, and she was so good with helping me with that process, because I'm very like scared of needles myself. That I couldn't be more thankful for that, because the more you do these kind of things, the better you get with your anxiety with it. So to those nurses who actually try to really be darn good with injections and that kind of stuff, thank you so much. That means the world to me. Right, his legs are very short, but his torso is quite tall, so we might want to just shrink the torso down a bit. There we go. It's getting there now. Now, this is a song from... Yeah, I was about to say, Lee, you stole my fun fact. You stole it. You ran with it. Indeed, it is a song which people suspect is from Michael Jackson's Stranger in Moscow. There's hard evidence to believe that that is the case. But there's no conclusive evidence for that. But yeah, it sounds a whole lot like Stranger Moscow. It might as well be. Right. We kind of want to do now add some details to the tunic over here. So let's do that. There we go. Just a little slant in there. What pattern does Link have on his shirt or tunic on the front? He's got sleeves as well. Maybe I should try to implement that too. Okay, so it's like the Triforce, so it's a bit like that, and then it goes down, and then my guess is like that or something. Luckily, it doesn't need to be super detailed because we don't really have the space for it, but I do think we should try to some extent. There we go. He's got a belt over him. We definitely want to add that. Oh, he's got his tablet thingy. We definitely need to add that in as well. That's super important. I don't know a lot about Breath of the Wild, but I do know that thing is super integral to the experience. There. Okay, there we go. And then the belt needs to be done. He's got a belt like this. He's got a belt like that. Now, this is very chaotic, so we need to definitely do some cleaning up coming up. Now it's time to do Liam's beard, which I will admit is very hard to draw in this style. Because if you're not careful enough, it'll start to look like Hulk Hogan. So, that's one thing I struggle with this one most of the time. Let's see if we can get that one right. I think that might work. What you gonna do, brother? Link has a tablet. This age is so modern. Even though I think Breath of the Wild is one of the first ones, isn't it? God, it's been so long since I've played Zelda games properly. I actually really enjoy them. I think they're brilliant games. His face is quite long. Should probably shrink that down a bit. So we're also currently testing these things out, and we are debating, in fact, if we even should add ourselves into these. Because we're afraid that people might be confused about it when we upload them. It's like, huh? What is this? Who is this guy? The Link doesn't have blue hair. Georgia, yeah, you know, these things happen, you know. I will admit, it was slightly my own fault. Like, obviously, things do fall down sometimes. But the only thing that I will not blame myself for is this desk that I have. I had to lift it. And what happened is that the desk on one side, there was only one grip that you can grab it with. But this grip, in design, was not sturdy, so you could like release it. So what happened is I released a side of my desk, and that tilted the monitor, and that's why it fell down. But because these monitors are super sensitive, they're very expensive to because they're so sensitive, they're very fragile when they break down. So that's essentially what happened over here. Okay, chat, I think did you do a swear, Nico? I may have done a couple. I may have done a lot of them. Yeah, but these things do happen, you know. So I'll be setting up commissions for that next week in the form of I'll do BuddyGames avatars first because I want to give you guys the benefit of like, hey, I want to have this or something. And if you guys don't, that's also fine, you know. You don't have to do it. But yeah, I was setting up commissions for that. And after that, I'll set up another round of commissions. But that was going to be more towards video game YouTubers and logos and stuff. So if you are also looking for a logo, that will probably be another thing that I'll be setting up as well. Right, it's time to clean this up now. I'm just going to make a backup of it in the event that I don't like it. Because there's way too many lines going on, and it goes against my principle of we need to make it look like as if it's just drawn as one line. So what I do now, this is a real cool feature about a Wacom pens. So when you have a Wacom pen, chat, I'll just draw one quickly. So this is what a Wacom pen looks like. There's 2 buttons on the front here. Sorry, let me just draw a bit better. There are 2 buttons on the front here. These can kind of function as your left and right mouse button. And what's cool as well is that this thing on the bottom, your pointer, actually you can like tilt it and stuff, and you can create different effects with it. I think if I use a brush like this one, you can see that. Like if I'm now doing the tip, right, which creates this, but if I slant it, let's say to the left, and I draw, you get this pattern. So it's really nifty. However, what's also nifty about these is this little thingy over here. Oh, excuse me. Now I need to change this back. Hope that won't happen again. There we go. This thing over here can function like an eraser. And what's brilliant about that with this is that when you do it, it kind of keeps these lines nicely intact. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm just going to erase all the points where it crosses against it. And that's what creates the illusion, like this. Right. Yeah, okay. So that's now done. Let's remove this one over here. I might need to do Liam's eyebrows again. Let's just do this for now. So technically, you'd be touching them. So I think the bow needs to be differently. Like that. It's the massager, says Kevin Scully. What's going on? Did I do a swear? Did I just do one instinctively? Wait, what? Ah, well. Here, have the theme of Metal Gear 2. Which, by the way, I have beaten. I have beaten Metal Gear 2 to completion. Not to be confused with Metal Gear Solid 2. This is the MSX game. And I am very excited to one day get Liam involved on that one. Liam loves it when there's a video game that does something quite similar to another thing that he really likes. And be like, oh, this is from that. Oh, this is from that. And Metal Gear 2 is so much like Metal Gear Solid. It is nuts. It is so funny to look at. And it's a very interesting game in and of itself as well. So I'm super excited to show that one off. And yeah, ever since I finished it, I was like, God, this is such an interesting and fun game. Look like, oh, it's that thing. I think you guys have just a very wild imagination with that one. Look, it's just a pen. It's just a pen. Look, you can even like draw with it. Like, see? I have no clue what you guys are on about. Nico, what's your favorite platinum you've ever gotten? Good question. That's a very good question. Rosie might be able to help a little bit with this one, because I'm very bad with, like, open questions with a lot of intel, because I always like to give a good answer. So forgive me. I'm just going to grab my phone very quickly. And look at what platinums I've got. If you guys want to at me on PlayStation, you're more than happy to. My username is WhaddupNico, similar to the one here in the Twitch down below. So yeah. Alright, let's have a look. There's one thing I really like with the PlayStation app. It's quite nicely visible to see what trophies you've got and stuff. Cuphead is probably my favorite at this point. Just because we built so much hype up around it, and it's genuinely one that is very hard to get. I think it scores an 8 out of 10 on PSN trophies to get that one. Some argue and say it's harder to do it with somebody. I would argue and say that I think it's harder to do by yourself. When I did Cuphead with Rosie, I felt that we were so in sync when we were playing that game that I couldn't wish for a better partner with that one, and it was just such a blast to play it with someone that was like equally thinking with you, as well as I'd say on a similar level of performance. So really enjoyed that. Also, one of my favorite ones is Sackboy. I thought Sackboy was a lot of fun to get, but more so because I played that game to complete with Rosie as well. I think you're starting to see a pattern. What else did I have? I see I got Hellblade. I got Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I got a platinum for that one. I'm dangerously close to getting a platinum for Doom. Another favorite one is Dig Dug. I got the platinum for Dig Dug before Rosie did, and I bullied her for that for years and years until she got it. The Messenger was fun, Rosie, but I wouldn't really say it was my favorite. But yeah, Dig Dug was one, and it doesn't help that if once you get the platinum for Dig Dug, it says you get a platinum called Retro Gamer. And, you know, that rubs it in even more, you know. It's like, not only do I have the Dig Dug Platinum, I can proclaim that I am a retro gamer. But Rosie now got it as well, so that argument is gone. However, she still doesn't have it for Pac-Man, which I do. So, keep it up, Rosie. Keep it up. What other trophies do I have over here? Yeah, I'd say Cuphead, in all honesty, is probably my favorite platinum, but it's a bit of a cop-out answer because you guys already know that we got that one. It's a good combination of something I thought was fun to get, as well as challenging to get. And the next one probably, yeah, Dig Dug, in all honesty. It's such a random game to get a platinum for. Really hard, though. Ridiculously hard. But one that I was very proud of to get, so... yeah, I'd say if you want to have a more interesting answer, I'd say Dig Dug. Well, Link will be grabbing it there, so I think the hand needs to be different. The hand should be more like this, and then the bow should be removed. We're gonna also animate this, buddies. So we're gonna show that process off as well. How we do this. There. Now this is going to be tricky because I'm not entirely sure if I actually want to remove some of the details here, because I think the eye is very important to the design. because I can see that's like a Sheikah design. So I don't want to touch that too much. Nico, you will have the Bloodborne plat by the end of the year. Well, Nico will have the Bloodborne plat by the end of the year. Yes, Bloodborne is in the pipeline for BuddyGames. I can't say when yet, but I'm very excited for that one. Just as much as you guys are. We're going to treat it like how we did Until Dawn, where I'll be playing Bloodborne, but I'll probably not be watching the chat. However, we've got Rosie who will be helping me out with that. So it's not like you guys will be silenced, but if we get any backseaters coming in telling me how to play the game or spoil the game, then we can avoid that from happening. Because Souls games invite people who are very competitive and they know a lot of Souls, they generally do. But someone that really wants to experience Bloodborne for the first time vanilla, as well as show it to people. We're just making these little these scissors in place to avoid that from happening. Hez is here. Hello, Hez. Welcome in. Says hello, everybody. I got a plat. What kind of plat did you get? I think Liam's eyes are off. He's not like glancing that way. There we go. That's better. Oh, look at that. I'm liking the look of this so far. Liam looks wider than he needs to, in honesty, so let's change that. There, that needs to be looked like that. Ooh. We're getting there now. What happens if we remove this one? Ah! Georgia! This one's for you! JJ is here as well. Hello, JJ Dub. Hope you're doing well. What game have you been playing lately? Are you still playing Legend of Dragoon? Gonna get some dance emotes in the chat for Koino Disco Queen. One of the best Yakuza songs. Da 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 da. I don't like how this looks, so let's change that a little bit. It's a lot thinner actually on the top, so oh, Rosie, have you updated Liam about the thing that they asked about the electricity? We had another issue with electricity and Rosie was meant to update the rest about that. I think she already did that. Nats, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. We're listening to Disco Queen over here. We're doing some vector art over here. Currently, we're doing an anniversary sketch of Breath of the Wild. We're doing these in a quite thematic way. Let me just show you what the other ones look like. Excuse me for all the shaking. Yes, so we've done these in the past. Like, this one is for Resident Evil, for instance. And I really wanted to make one for another game. So I was like, you know what, I'll do one for Breath of the Wild, which is what we're doing now. Over here. Chibi Korak, welcome on in. Yeah, Breath of the Liam. Exactly. I hope you're doing well, Chibi Korak. Hold on, let me just straighten myself out of it. Let me just sit up straight. Hold up. Oh, don't touch that. Ooh, don't do that. Right, let me just, you know, straighten myself up. Ah, there we go. Much better. Did Rose you forget to pay the electricity bill? Did you, Rose? Did you, though? Oh, that doesn't look better. I think I'm just going to straighten this one out a little bit. Now, dare I ask Chibi, have you played Breath of the Wild? Dare I ask? Because I have a hunch that you have played it quite a bit. Yes, he says. Unmistakably, she has played it. Have you guys heard about how crazy well Breath of the Wild sold? Let me see if I can find the statistics of that. Sales, Zelda games. Right, I've got one here. Expand statistics. There we go. So, this over here is how many times, from official statements that we've been able to find, right, of all the Zelda games, right? Poor Four Swords Adventures, by the way. But yes, as you can see, this is in the millions, by the way. So, Ocarina of Time, which is one of the best-selling N64 games out there, sold 14 million times. So, this is how averagely games will be performing. Now, this is an old article. This is not considering the full numbers of Tears of the Kingdom, I'm pretty sure. Now, here's the same graph, but with Breath of the Wild in it. Do you see how crazy well Breath of the Wild sold? It is, buddies, it has come to a point, and this is nuts, where Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have sold almost, if not as much, as the entirety of Zelda as we know it. That's how well Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom sold. So what does that tell us? It tells us that there is a Zelda audience out there, and then there is the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom audience out there. It is huge. To say that Breath of the Wild was a success is an understatement. Like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is going to shape. There you go. Kevin Scully says Tears of the Kingdom is now on 20 million. This is going to shape what Zelda's going to look like. Because these two games have sold almost as much, if not more, as the entirety of the franchise. It is crazy how well that game did. And now you know. Because I bet, if I ask people here, like, how many of you have actually played, was it Wind Waker, for instance? How many of you have played that one? Because that game sold, according to this graph, 6 million times. Kirby's going to bed, no worries. Hope you sleep well, Kirby. Yeah, I see a couple of people say they've played it, but I also see not a lot of people speaking up that they have. So I think that does indicate that Breath of the Wild, that Wind Waker wasn't as successful as Breath of the Wild when it comes to sales and how much it reached out to people. But at the same time, Nintendo, you know what to do. You know what the people want. And what the people want is they want more Wind Waker. Please. Oh my god, Jimmy Korok. Yeah, exactly. How could I? How could I be so oblivious? Right, I think I'm happy with this. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to now make sure that every line is equal. Is this good? Yeah, I like that. Actually, no, I want it a little bit thicker. Yeah, like that. Okay, evaluate it again. Some lines are still touching. I promise you we'll do something else after this one, buddies. We will be doing more art. Art streams are now going to be the next thing that will just... will just accidentally take way too long. But hey, you know, it keeps us active at different hours as well, which could be fun. That was a Cutman remix from Mega Man Powered Up. By the way, the PSP game, Kevin Scully. Right, I think some lines we want a bit thicker than the others. Like this one. Okay, that does go in conflict with these, so let's shrink those down a little bit. There. And now comes my favorite part. The coloring in. So, this is the magic of this one. This is the secret sauce, chat. The secret sauce is stick to a color profile that works for these simple drawings. We're not going to go outside of these colors because these are the exact same colors that we use for every single drawing on BuddyGames as well. That's what you'll see back in these illustrations and stuff. So yeah. There we go. Hashtag branding. Yeah, I'm a designer first, and then whatever I am next. Right, Liam's hair is actually this color. So let's go with that. I love this. This is when the art gets a little bit life in it. See, in this color over here, for instance, this is Rosie's shading color for whenever we draw her hair. We might be able to do the trousers in a beige. Not sure about that. Actually, no, that's not going to work because it's going against a background like this one. So we don't want that to conflict, of course. Now this one is going to be very self-explanatory. There. I think I'll make this orange on this one. I do think that we need to add that cyan in there. Cyan is iconic with Breath of the Wild. Especially since Link doesn't really wear that in any other Zelda game as a primary color, so to speak. As his main color. Unless you are, obviously, playing Four Swords Adventures, but we all know how well that one sold, so there wasn't a lot of people that played that one. Funny enough, I actually own a copy of Four Swords Adventures with the box and everything. I thought it was a brilliant game to play with friends. If you do have the setup for it, the entire setup, it is actually quite satisfying, like something like Guitar Hero could be. But the problem is, of course, that it is a lot of work to set it up. BSTMeans said, "Sorry, I had to dip for my internet being a nuisance." No worries, BSTMeans. These things happen. Take it easy if you have to leave, though. You can have a banging playlist for your background music. Thank you, Josh. So the trick is with a soundtrack for a Twitch is to put a lot of effort in it, but also curate it. So the problem that I see a lot with playlists online is that they're not in the same vibe. Like, if you've got a soundtrack like Bloodborne, like, we can all agree in chat that Bloodborne soundtrack is phenomenal. Absolutely great. But I don't think people want to listen to angelical choirs and big, grand orchestras and then jump to a soundtrack like Hotel Dusk, which is bossa nova. It just doesn't work. So you want to make sure that your music is in a similar vibe and style. And people love pointing out music anyway, so... yeah, just sync that up, basically. So yeah, like I said, it's not a jab at Bloodborne at all. But I just don't think I would like to listen to Bloodborne after a song like this one. Yeah, this is a remix, Chibi, of Yoshi's Island. Now, I normally wouldn't really do that in this playlist, but this one caught my attention when I saw it online. It's actually made by a YouTuber, so I will give him a shout out. Give me one sec. Spotify tells me that this was made by Teddy Core. Teddy, C-O-R-E. Do check his stuff out. So this is not official, but it is very good. I think I'm just gonna make the fingers brown as well. Your fingers, I can read them. I think I heard Rochi do the quote in the other room as well. It's probably one of her favorite Elden Ring quotes. Rosie heard about my monitor and she bought me some whispers. Very nice of her. I think it's a bit inconsistent to have the fingers brown and then black on another side, so I think I might just do this. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's another thing about me that's probably worth explaining, because I know we've got a predominantly Sony audience here. I mean, for goodness sake, I got PS1 copies behind this tablet, as you can see. But I actually grew up with a lot of Nintendo as well. And I love Nintendo games. We just haven't really have the stage for that on BuddyGames because we've decided to stick predominantly to Sony as our niche. So yeah, I'll probably stream more Nintendo games on my platform, in all honesty. It's my favorite part of the song. It's such a nice sound, and that's such a nice remix. I need my Donkey Kong fix! Absolutely, Crash Bandicoot 1. Liam has never played Tropical Freeze, which I think is absolutely brilliant. One of the best platformers out there, ever. It's so good. I will go on the record and say I think Tropical Freeze is better than the original Donkey Kong Country. I will not say it's as good as 2, but I will say it is better than the first one, which is an achievement. I think I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I might make this color. And there you go. That's the secret sauce. You see that, chat? Look how much... You know what? I'll just make it very quickly black over here as well so you can compare. So there you go. Like, obviously there's nothing wrong with it just being black and white, as you can see. Yeah! Merry Break! Thanks so much for the sub! This is, 18 months. Where does the time go? Merry Break, thank you so much. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you now have a different badge. I think you now have the Sphinx Liam badge rather than the what is it? The Skyrim badge. So yeah, enjoy that one. Josh says, I actually grew up with a couple of Super Nintendo repros delivered today. No, I did get a couple, sorry. for 2 of the Super Famicom Fire Emblem games. Now I played them on my Super Nintendo in English. Wonderful. Hope you enjoy that. I actually discovered a game the other day. Actually, I shared it in the Discord. It's called Tales of Fantasia. Now, nobody is here. I bet everyone knows about Tales of the Tales of franchise because there's so many great ones out there. But what blew me away about that one, Josh, Jake, you got to see this. I might actually set this up quickly. 1 sec. I'm gonna test this. Okay, yeah, that does work. Does it freak out on OBS, or is that fine, even though my monitor is broken? Let me just... Okay, that is fine. Right, 1 sec. You gotta see this. So, this is probably gonna be a very nerdy thing on my end. With the Super Nintendo, so forgive me if this is not your forte. There we go. I'm gonna have to mute the music for a second. Sorry, Toy Story 2. Actually, I'll just pause it. There. Right. Almost there, almost there. So, this is Tales of Fantasia. It was the first in the series, but what blew me away with this one... There we go. What blew me away with this one was... It's got actual voice acting in it. Oh, hold up. Desktop audio is probably not on. Right, let me fix that. Right, so this is the beginning of the game. Now, this is obviously a patched one. But what blew me away is that this thing has an entire animated intro in 1995. It is absolutely bonkers. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Like, this kind of stuff takes up an entire cartridge back in the day. But get this, Just Jake. Get this, Just Jake. It's about to get real crazy. There is actual singing in it. This is all on the cartridge. How did they fit this in? How did they do this? Going, and there's no trick behind it either. Look at them flying on the dragons. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh my god. This keeps going. Credits and stuff as well. It's so cute. If you're wondering what the song is called, chat, look at these these profiles, by the way. Look at how good that looks. Look at how good. And look, and they've got the leaves as well falling in the water, and they leave a little splash behind. My god, 1995 Namco over here. Got it right the first time. Incredible. Wonderful. Insane. Because I had a little chat with the buddies about this one, because I said that the closest I could think that we had over here was Power Rangers on the SNES, which also has an insane intro theme. I'm going to play this. If Sengu is in the chat right now, he's going to freak out when he discovers this. Oh, hold up. I need to specify. So, this is Power Rangers when you boot it up. Is there like an intro one? Here we go. And it sounds just like the show. Look at it! Oh my god! They captured it! But guess what, chat? It gets better. It gets better. Wait for this. Ah! They set the title! That's so freaking cool! Just got it nailed down. Sounds exactly like the show. It's so clean as well. It just cuts off a little bit at the end. But it's still so clean, yeah. And I'm gonna slowly fade it out. So there you have it, chat. Power Rangers on Super Nintendo as well. Yeah, if you guys are more like, oh, just go back to the art, please. I understand that. But, what is it? That's the kind of stuff that I'd love talking about. Banger, indeed, Camposaurus. We actually listened to the song already, so let me just skip ahead. There we go. See, chat, I don't know. I got this chat with Rose the other day. I've no clue what they're saying in this song. I always hear, "Are you missing Gooby?" And I don't know why, but I always hear that. He's about to sing that. So you tell me what he's saying, because I have no clue. Are you missing Gooby? Right, let's bring up the anniversary sketches. We're gonna stick this one down here for now. Well done, Liam. Trying to find the document that I always work with. Stu Sharp, welcome on in. You just missed us raving about Tales of Fantasia on the Super Nintendo, because I freaked out when I realized that game had fully voiced lyrics in it, which is insane for the Super Nintendo. Alright, let me just see if I can find it. I'm looking for a particular file, buddies, that I work with for these. Again, if you want to save a lot of time on making these things, that's probably also another thing that's worth doing. Making sure you have your templates ready. Right, so here we go. This is what we've done for Resident Evil. So what I've done over here is I've got a version where it's just the illustration. Then I've got a version down the line, which I'll be using over here. So I'll just be copy and pasting that in here. I think we want to put Liam more here, like he's jumping up. Let's just lock him in place for now. There. And then we have another one over here, which is, we're not going to put anything on this one, but this is good if we, let's say, want to create a color profile which fits the game better. So in Breath of the Wild's case, that game is all about cyan and dark blues, navy blues. So, hello, Kevin. What's this one? So let's make that one quickly. There. This is going to be a very intense thing for my computer. Fingers crossed. There we go. Did it. And now we've got a background for this one as well. We're going to need this one later down the line. So I created this one in advance. Let's make sure this one is blue. Also, by the way, Pokemon Emerald, in my opinion, one of the best Pokemon soundtracks out there. I was going to give it away as the best, but then I realized that Pokemon Gold exists. I sound like such a Gen 1er when I talk about Pokemon. But, yeah, I do love the soundtracks for it. And Gen 3's got such a banger soundtrack. You gotta love them French horns. Right, that's now done. Awesome. That's also a thing I've got. I've got the layers over here as well. Oh, you can't see it, I'm afraid. I can show you through screenshots, so let me just do that quickly. Almost there. There we go. I've got them separated as well, which helps quite a bit. So, most of the time when I make lots of stuff for BuddyGames, I know I'm going to revisit. It's very good to have your work organized and sorted out so that when you want to make more of them in the future, you can then quickly apply that to the next one. So yeah, we're going to now work on this one. I'm looking at other art, and it doesn't really seem like there's like lines about Link jumping in the air, because I know in the trailer, I believe he goes like full slow-mo when he does this aiming. In fact, he might even do that in the game. Oh, I just realized we don't have the sword anymore. Hold up. The illustration's broken off. I'm a sucker for this, by the way. I keep going back and forward with my files. There we go, that's better. Super Nintendo was my first console, Miss Donnie. It wasn't mine, but it definitely was my first console I was the most fond of. I did not have a Super Nintendo. My neighbors actually had some. And I was the kind of kid that was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my neighbors because they've got a Super Nintendo. That's where I got most of my memories from, with games like Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars, A Link to the Past, all those games. Yeah, we should probably tilt Liam a little bit. There we go. Now we need to know what their anniversary is. They're going to be, in my head, the 7th anniversary. So, what I tend to do for this one, we can do something fun with the text. Let's grab this color. Right. We'll bring the microphone closer. Here we go. And the trick again, like I said, it's to not to touch the lines like this. The trick is to leave space here and here and stuff. That's the trick with this one. Nah, that doesn't look good. How am I going to draw a 7 without drawing, like, slashing straight through it? I don't know. Hold up. I got this, though. No. It's gonna have to be like this. And now comes Nico's greatest challenge. Can he spell? That's definitely not gonna fit, though. My young Nintendo memories are with the NES, says Mary Break. NES has some great games as well. I grew up with an NES at the age of 10 because when you're a kid, you don't get to choose. You just play what you have. And we used to have at primary school, believe it or not, we had a teacher which was very nice enough to let us play her NES from time to time. And what is it? And what she did was she let us play games like Wild Gunman and Super Mario Bros. 3. She actually had a great taste in games as well. And because of that, we played that every now and then. That's where my first memories came from. Miss James Ether, I hope you had a good KFC. Right, how am I gonna do this? Gosh, come to think of it, do you remember when Tears of the Kingdom came out last year? Was it also in March? KFC sounds so good right now, says Megan. I may or may not have ordered a McDonald's on my lunch break. I may or may not have. So yeah, we're about to go to the what is it? The After Effects phase of this. Because we want to create a scribble effect for it, and then we want to create another version of it so that our fellow buddy member Rosie can upload that to Instagram when the time is right. So Rosie, congratulations, you're getting more homework after this stream. But that shouldn't be too hard. All you have to do is post this on your birthday, I think. 12th of May, thank you. I think maybe using orange for this one. Right, what does Breath of the Wild's logo look like? Can I just say the Breath of the Wild logo is incredible. It's probably one of the best Zelda logos they've ever made. From a graphic design standpoint, it's also just incredible. I'm just going to point a couple things out while we're at it, what I like about this logo. So, the first big thing I love about this version of the Zelda logo is that when you compare this to Ocarina of Time, let's just grab Ocarina of Time with it, just for reference. Here we go. Sorry for that if it's a bit unsharp, but what I like about this logo is, like, this is what the normal logo looks like. It is heroic, it is big, it's bold, it's red, it's so full color and stuff. It screams, you know, that the hero is here to save the day, essentially. This is also blue, like, textbook Zelda logo, what that looks like. And now, we've got a game coming up where it's all doom and gloom. We have lost the fight against the Great Calamity, and because of that, Hyrule is doomed for years already. And that's what we see in this logo. All the color is gone. It is just a beige. It is this, I think it's even the same color as this one is. Yeah, very, very similar color, as you can see. I think on stream you're probably barely able to see the difference between the two. Put a line in between. Yeah, so as you can see, similar color with that. And it's all like cracked up and stuff as well. So you can see that this logo has been rotting away over time as well. It's just been forgotten and decayed in the back. And then when you look at the Master Sword as well, it's the same story. This one, heroic, big, shiny, ready to save the day. And here it is again. It's completely washed out. It's broken, it's torn, it's muddy, it's forgotten. It emphasizes those themes again. And I loved it about it too. Also, one big kudos as well is that this sword is cel-shaded, so it fits the style of the game as well. It's not just any sword that they drew with it. But this little detail as well. Now, I'm not fully aware of the world of Breath of the Wild, of course. But my understanding as well is that this flower is meant to resemble like a symbol of hope. That there is still something out there. Something that is still there to save the day, essentially. But it's small and tiny and it's just there. So there's still something organic and growing and alive in all this wear and tear and forgottenness. So this logo, even though you could look at it and go, it's just a brown Zelda logo. I like this one way more. There's way more thought put behind this. This logo is essentially an updated version of A Link to the Past, which is also an amazing logo, by the way. But this logo doesn't say half as much as this. But at the same time, without this logo, this wouldn't have as much context. So, that's what that tells me as a Zelda fan when I look at this logo. It's just an incredibly well-made logo. And it is probably my favorite logo of all of them that they've done. So there you go. That's my little analysis on it that I've picked up on when I saw this logo for the first time. So yeah, it seems to just be like the same old Zelda logo. So we're just going to try to copy that a little bit. Got some Animal Crossing music right now for those who enjoy that. So I'm just going to draw a very crude one. So we kind of also maybe want to try to get those like wear and tears in there as well. But yeah, I love talking about video game logos. If any YouTuber is watching and they want to talk with me on a podcast about logos, invite me. I would love to. Just know that, what is it? How do I say this politely? There are lots of great logos out there. There are also a lot of overrated logos out there. So, please bear that in mind that if you invite me and you're like, let's talk about this all the time, I might not be as nice as you think I am. With that said, though, I want to show this as well. I've completely forgot about this. So, did you guys know that Nintendo is actually a really old company? And with that, obviously, comes that Nintendo had lots of different logos. For the people that know any fashion, they'll definitely appreciate this little fun fact. I think it's 1971 is what this logo was. Now, what Nintendo used to be, it used to be a card company, but in between, they also did, board games and stuff, and toys and stuff for kids, and it's really fun. It's actually really fun to read up about. If you're looking for information about it, the website's called Before Mario. But yeah, I'm just going to grab an image that shows off all the Nintendo logos. It's the one mentioned that I want to be mentioned on there. Yeah, here we go. So, Nintendo had a lot of logos before they landed on this one. And some of them you can already see, like, hey, I can see a bit of Nintendo in this. I can see a bit of Nintendo in there, right? But one that I think is really funny is the one in 1970, because if you know any fashion, you will definitely scratch behind your ears and be like, hey, wait a second! This is the River Island logo! Like, look at that, chat. So River Island obviously is a fashion brand, but that's the exact same logo. You see what I mean? So yeah, 1889, heck yeah. Nintendo was a card company in 1889. It's been around for forever. That's why they have a little card icon over here as well. Oop. Right, back to drawing this one. This is very, crooked, I won't lie. But yeah, video game logos is something I'm very passionate about because, one thing I adore about video game logos, I'm going to go on another sidetrack on this one, is logos these days, they go for more of a practical purpose. And what I mean by that is that if you start introducing things like colors and different shapes and different cultures and complexities and stuff, what happens is that it becomes much harder to merchandise on it. And that's why every logo kind of just starts looking the same. Like, gosh, where is it? I'm gonna just Google something. All logos look the same. Because we see this all the time. Yeah, this is a famous image that shows that. There we go. So as you can see, all these logos are kind of like losing their character, but because this is much more accessible, whereas like let's say Airbnb over here, right? If you zoom out, you cannot really read this anymore, but this, you can still see this says something like Air or OIR, definitely Air because OIR is nothing, Airbnb. So people kind of go for like these more practical logos, but when you have video game logos, you know, they're so much more fun. Like, look at Mario Odyssey, for instance, over here. Look at how much more fun that logo is. So, I thoroughly enjoy looking at video game logos these days. And just see what kind of stuff people come up with. Live Alive over here in the lower left corner, by the way, also has a brilliant logo, which I cannot really go in depth about without going too much in depth about... Ooh, excuse me! about the story. But yeah, another absolutely brilliant logo. Let's grow this a little bit. If you haven't played Live Alive yet, highly recommend you do so. Really, really good game. For its time, it was considered on par with games like Chrono Trigger, and I'm not even joking. It was really well made. And yeah, I side with that too. It is brilliant. Those who have finished it have said to me, yeah, this game is really good. It used to be on Switch, but these days it's on multiple platforms as well. So, if for some reason you have not found an RPG to play lately, there you go. That's what I would recommend. Yeah, Ken, but that's okay. It's like, I know I don't judge people that want to buy it on sale or whatever. That's completely fine. I'm just here to spread the word and tell you it's a good game. Go check it out. It's like it just keeps going up over here. Do you see that? What's up with that? Right, let's introduce a guideline because this is getting out of hand. There. That's a lot better. And now, ironically, we want to shrink it down again. Because it looks weird. God, I'm a bit nervous that it's not going to look great. But we shall see. Just Jake says, I own Live Alive on Switch, but I also have a backlog, so I'll get to it when I try to. Yeah, Josh, didn't you say that you were going through big games this year? That you're going to try to beat those games that are always in your backlog, and you're like, oh man, I wish I had the time for it. And now he's like, no, I'm just going to commit to these big ones. Honestly, that's how Rosie and I did Dragon Quest. I think we just finished a Final Fantasy game. And I said to Rosie, just go play Dragon Quest. Just check it out. And then Rosie, with a bit of, like, contemplation, was like, okay, I'll check it out. Because, you know, we just came off of a big RPG. Do we really want to start another one straight after? We played it and we loved it. We thought it was one of the best games on PS4. Yeah, I might just do it this way. Pretty much, yeah, says Josh. Yeah. Oh, Super Mario RPG. So, yeah, that was it, Rosie. Thank you. Speaking of RPGs, Rosie, remember when we finished, Super Mario RPG? Oh my god, that was such a good game. Like, genuinely, as an RPG and as a video game, it was so solid, so polished, so much fun. Rosie fell in love with Mallow. Yeah, exactly, there she is. With Mallow. And who wouldn't? For all you dat rockers out there, have some freaking Streets of Rage. It's okay, you and I both know I love Streets of Rage 2 as well. I love it when Axel goes and then he does his little uppercut and goes okay, we probably want to actually make this one a bit taller. Hi, Hatya. So that's actually funny you say that, Georgia. Axel, for the longest time, people always thought he said grand upper. So he's like, grand upper! But it turns out that the line was voiced by the composer, and the composer came out and said, that's not what he says. He actually says ground upper. So it's like from the ground up. Is what I said, which makes a little bit less sense, I won't lie. But that's what he said. So, the line is actually ground upper. Also, I love Yuzo Koshiro. He's so brilliant. And it's crazy to think that he introduced kids to the concept of house. Now, you know, obviously we know music ourselves. But if you were living in 1889 or 1990, no, 1889, hold up, 1989 or 1990, and you were kids, well, you're not going to hang out in clubs, are you? So you don't really have access to that kind of music unless you were fortunate enough that you did. So when kids were playing Streets of Rage, it was like, oh my god, I've never heard anything like that. I know that Anamanaguchi a famous chiptune band, is inspired to make music from games like Streets of Rage. No worries, Chocobo Breeder. Thank you so much for stopping by. Now, buddies, I might actually break my rule a little bit, because I do think this color is iconic with Breath of the Wild. So I might actually stick to that one. And if we don't speak to each other in between, happy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth release date, Chocobo. Game is getting crazy good scores across the board. So you and I both know it's going to be a good one. I'm surprised that people haven't like channeled out because of the fact that it is Rebirth time around the corner. I think that game is going to be one of those games that a lot of people will stay up late for / call in sick for kind of game. I think it's going to be one of those games after forever. Nice, Miss Donnie. I will quickly say, though, we do not want to talk about spoiler stuff. So if for those who have somehow been fortunate enough to have played it, please be careful what you say, please. There's a lot of people out here that are very excited to pick it up and try it out themselves. Because social media has not been kind to Rebirth enthusiasts, with already telling us maybe a little bit too much, in my opinion. Ironically, Square has been like quite good with that. And not because I don't expect that from Square, but more the sense that, you know, you think that the company that wants to sell their product the most is going to scream the most about it. But no, it's actually other things that I have like my reservations about. Oh, speaking of Yuzo Koshiro, here he is again, doing Shinobi, which we are getting a new game from as well. I have a theory that T-Lopes is working on that one, because T-Lopes said he was working on a soundtrack that started with the letter S, making people believe it's Sonic. But I think he was hinting at Shinobi instead. You heard it here first. So yeah, I've got it now. I've got the Breath of the Wild drawing. What do you guys think? Is this good enough? Should I just delete it? Just, you know, like this? Start a new career? Becoming a... What is it? Electrician? So I can fix my own sockets instead? Actually, I don't like these lines on the side here. He did Stu Sharp. I know that some people I know have had the privilege of meeting T-Lopes as well, so very jealous of that. His remix of Can You Feel the Sunshine on the Sonic's account was also very, very good. Right now, I'm going to use a technique called export over here. Now, okay, you guys can't really see it, but I will share a picture with you. So, this is a great feature within Illustrator where you can export your artboards. So what I'm doing now is I'm exporting all these free files because we're going to need them for After Effects coming up. Right, here we go. That's one. There we go. We already heard Toy Story. There we go. We've done that now. Right, I'm now going to open After Effects. I haven't set that up properly with this one yet. I've also no clue how that's going to work with this setup, so please bear with me whilst I try to figure this one out. But this is the process where we're going to make it into an animated GIF. And yes, I say GIF before people are like, about that one. Okay, right, let me just copy and paste this. There. And now we want this one. Hey, there we go. Ta-da! Oh, hold up, that is very zoomed in. You're about to see a very familiar drawing. Let me just scale that all the way down. There we go. Right, I need to also make sure I do see the chat, so let me just fix that. There. There we go. Okay, that's now sorted. I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any, like, funky images hiding in here somewhere. Right, let me just load in these images that I just rendered out. We want this one. We want this one. And that might be just enough. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're in a green. Right, okay, so this is our little animated scribble that we created for Tomb Raider the other day. And the way how it works is we first load for Twitter, we use a squared image for this one. And what we do is we simply just load it in at this point because we've already created the effects. Let me show you. Need to adjust my microphone for a second. Again, this is all new to me, so once I do these streams more often, I will probably have a better workflow for you all. Please don't fail on me, mic arm. There we go. Righty. So all we do now is we swap this image out over here. No, this one over here. So what I've done now is I've got a little background here, and as you can see, there's a little paper texture over it. That is there to make it look more scribbled. So the first thing we do is we find the illustration that we have. I can see top over here. There we go. And then what we do is we press this one, and if we hold Alt whilst dragging it in, now we've swapped it out. So I'll do it again because you can't really see it because it was off. So I grab the thing, press Alt, drag it in, boom, done. Because everything is the same format, this is already all done. And the way how it works is I've added an effect in called Turbulent Displace. And what this effect does over here, it kind of like scribbles things up, as you can see. And you can add like more of that or less into it as much as you like. And as you can see, it moves things around, which kind of creates that scribble effect that you're after. Now, obviously, you can also do it the tedious way and draw it over and over and over, which will give you the same result. But again, this is not about doing things authentic and as good as possible. This is about doing it quick. That is the most important part of all of this. So that's what we're doing here as well. So yeah, we've added these little keyframes in there, and they displace it a little bit every now and then. So now you've got this nice little scribble effect going on, as you can see. I'll zoom in a little bit so it's a bit more obvious on stream. So now we've done that one. Instagram comes next. And already we've got that one loaded as well. Because literally it's this thing, the Twitter one. There we go. Inside of Instagram. So what we're going to do now with the Instagram one, we're going to look and see which background we had for it. Which was this one. Swap that one out. And the reason why there's like so much space in between, that is so that Rosie can put like hashtags and text and stuff in there as well. And congrats, we've now done the animated part of all of this. It's, as you can see, it's super simple. And now we just load this into our encoder and it's done. So let's do that now. I'm gonna send us back on in Illustrator for a second. Just want to see if everything is okay. Not really. Because this is just literally like a tedious part where we just render it out, but we can do that quickly. And then what we want to do is we also want to make sure that it doesn't override the size that people expect for it. So this is a very like straightforward process. It's just animate it, render it out as an animated GIF, and then it's done. So I'm just doing that quickly behind the scenes. Whilst you guys listen to some music. Who here is gonna go straight after the stream straight to what is it? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Or are you all gonna just get enough sleep in first? There we go. I need to check one thing very quickly. Yeah, that's how we do the background. Basically, the background is... I'll put it on quickly. The background is basically drawings that we've done already in the past. Like, this is my Apollo one. This is the Tomb Raider one. Just to fill that up. This was Rosie's idea, by the way. What is it? We thought that this might be a good way to just fill up that space a little bit more. I swear I've heard Mario RPG all day by now. There we go. This is, what is it? 51 Classics. Great game on what is it? On the Switch. Right, so we rendered this one out as a MP4 file. I think Rosie wants them in a video form. So we do that one. If not, then Rosie can go into the chat right now and say, "No! Give me a GIF!" Cha 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 cha. You want to know something fun as well, chat? When I do animated stickers for Discord, those are the worst to do because you have to go through so many loopholes to get them the way you want them. Because I'll just go quickly through like the technical jargon, but you will first need to have a transparent MOV. That MOV needs to be loaded into Photoshop to be made into a GIF. And then that GIF then needs to go into an online app to make that from a GIF into an APNG file. And then there's also lots of tweaking in between because Discord has a very, very, very limited file size, which is extremely frustrating. Right, we did it! We got our GIF. Right, let me just bring it into the stream. But yeah, making them is a nightmare. You have to do a lot of back and forward for that one. But once if you get it right, if you get it done, then it looks so good. Yeah, Rosie wants MP4 files from the looks of it. And here we go. Here's her GIF. Ta-da! Oh, there's a stutter going on with it. Do you see that? It stops at some point. It doesn't move anymore. We need to re-render that one. Again, this is also why you need to check your work from time to time to make sure that everything's okay. But yeah, I can knuckle that one down very quickly. Yeah, there we go. Right, re-render that one. I'm going to remove this one quickly. Add this one in. Oh, it seems to have it longer. Hold up. Something's up with that. Something's up with that. I have no clue what's going on. In all honesty, buddies, I'm not quite sure. I think it might be something in OBS. Let me just double check this. What's up with this? No, it's definitely OBS. Okay, I'll upload this one in. No, it just stops. It doesn't seem to want to loop properly. But yeah, I'm very certain that it does work. But yeah, there you go. That's the little animated thing that we do. Now, obviously, this one took twice as long, but that's because I'm obviously streaming and stuff as well. But yeah, there you go. That's the kind of stuff that we create for animated anniversary celebrations. So yeah, that's so much fun to make, and we're experimenting with it, and we hope that you guys do enjoy them, and then with the hopes, obviously, that you like and retweet it as well. Please don't do it because I ask you to, but it would help. So I'm just saying, we're just making these fun posts, and hopefully you guys, will enjoy that anyways. You said the GIFs is in After Effects? Yes, it is. So After Effects is literally just a tool that you can use to animate imagery, and you can add lots of cool filters to it. It's also how I created the flames in the background for Rosie's image. Let's see if I can open that project so you can see it. Yeah, we do want to save that. Let me see if I got it for you, Georgia. Yeah, here we go. I do. One sec. This is where I could really use a more animated VTuber model, but this was very last minute, all of this. This one? No. This one? There we go. Look at this. So this flame in the background, I'm gonna have to lower that down in quality, is all rendered in After Effects. Oh gosh, we have that problem again, don't we? Where you can't really see it. One sec. Why is that acting up? No. Oh, that's why. I got this. There we go. Look. So that's the thing that we made, but we have created this like this, just literally just Rosie over here. And we have created these effects on the bottom here, as you can see, which is what creates the flames over here. So we've got the normal flames over here. Then we've added some extra filters on top, which creates like this nice in the background. An adjustment layer. This one as well. This is probably like the biggest one. Oh, you have to add all the effects over it as well. There you go. And then that's how we created this. Which is a lot of fun, obviously, to look at. But yeah, that you can create all that kind of stuff in After Effects, and then you can use that obviously as fun material for the buddies. So I'm still experimenting with more and more stuff that we can do. This is very generated because obviously you just add an image in and then it creates a flame thing in it. I followed the tutorial for it, so if people are wondering how you make this, I can send that your way. I'm going to experiment with cell animation one day, and maybe some sprited animation as well, in Sprite and stuff. But yeah, this is what I created in After Effects as well, on top of all the other stuff. Chat, I think this is going to be it for tonight. I've been going on for 2.5 hours. I know that the Final Fantasy people are very aesthetic, and I don't want to stand too much in their way as well. Rosie will have all the information for the Book of Eternity, but she's probably heading to bed by now. Busy days coming ahead of her. So I'm just going to thank everyone very quickly. Thank you all so much for your support. Oh, hold up. Rosie is listening. The Book of Eternity over here. I don't have the Book of Eternity on this layer. For bits, we've got Miss Donny, Archduke of Prussia. For subs, we've got Mary Break. And for donations, we've got Chocobo Breeder and Banana. Thank you so much for the donations. Again, this will go towards my monitor to fix that one. Thank you so much for making that possible. And Miss Jim's Ether, thank you so much for the bit. And obviously, these things do happen. It is my fault. However, it wasn't intentional, of course, and it sucks when these things happen. So I'll be opening up commissions next week, and I'll be taking in like any illustrations of whatever you want from our BuddyGames style. And if that is done, then at that point I'll open up normal commissions for like video game logos, YouTube branding and all that kind of stuff to kind of bridge the gap between what I make from that and how much this would cost. But yeah, thank you so much for checking this stream out. It's very last minute when this one came in, but I think we nailed it in the end anyways. Kevin's gonna stream the commissions. I might actually. I don't know if I'll do it on BuddyGames if I'm being completely honest. But I will definitely stream them. That will be fun. Obviously with the consent of the person, because we don't want to draw the person and then be like, well, I don't want my face on screen. Which I totally understand, of course, because not everyone wants that. So yeah, thank you so much for coming along. This Sunday, we're doing Overblood 2. Again, it's going to be Rosie and Liam on that one. And then hopefully the week after, we'll be continuing Mass Effect 3 for you all. So please look forward to that one as well. I'm going to, take it easy now. I'm probably going to just keep drawing away for a little bit before I head off to bed. But yeah, thank you all so much for enjoying the stream and enjoying my enthusiasm for video games as well. I love talking about it in this fashion because I don't really have like the right platform for that yet. But I do enjoy doing that kind of stuff with you guys over here as well. Yeah, thank you so much for that, and I'll see you on Sunday for Overblood. Bye everyone!